Most people get stuck in life because they believe one simple lie, which is when I have more time, more energy, more resources, then I'll be the person that I'm meant to be. But here's the thing, that's a lie. And I've seen it keep people stuck for years. And in this video, I want to tell you about a simple habit that I use to overcome it every day. So back in university, all I wanted to be was an investment banker. But the problem was I had no connections, I had no qualifications, I had no idea how to do it. And I thought to myself, what if I just pretend to be the person that has that job? And that's what I did. I didn't know any better, so I went full on Patrick Bateman mode. Of course, without the chainsaws and murdering people. I wore good-fitting suits, I adopted a more serious demeanor, and I even went and got my hair cut. And I remember sitting in this barbershop as this hairdresser cut away my fringe and comb over thing I had going, and looking at this person in the mirror and not recognizing who they are, and thinking to myself, this is a good thing, because I'm becoming this new person that I wanted to be. And the silliest thing of all is it actually worked, because eventually I had that job. Now, after about 6 months, I realized no one cared about the suits or the haircuts or anything like that. It was far more about the substance. What they didn't see is that behind the scenes, I was doing what I thought that person would do. I stayed up late, I worked hard, I brought an extreme attention to detail, and it gave me the most important thing I needed in that change, which is momentum. Now, I didn't realize it at the time, but this is actually a very common framework called the be, do, have model, which is so many people focus on the having. But if you want to have anything in your life, first you got to start with being that person. Because once you are that person, then you start doing what that person would do. And then from the doing, then you start having what that person would have, the be, do, have model. Now, I've seen this play out multiple times in my life now, because when me and a good friend of mine started our first real business, I thought to myself, we're complete imposters. People are going to see right through us, right? Because once we have a real business, then we can start being the founders we want to be, and then we can do what those entrepreneurs do. That's not it. We had to start being those scrappy entrepreneurs and founders, being confident, getting through all the no's, handling the rejections, and setting a really clear mission and vision that people could rally around. And these days I see it more as a dad, because I always think to myself, once I have more energy and more time, then I'll be the dad that I want to be. But it doesn't work that way, because that dad I want to be doesn't wait for those perfect circumstances. And a simple model that I've used to overcome this is I imagine this perfect version of Andy, one that never sleeps in, one that never wastes time, one that never misses a workout, never complains. And every day I try and be that version of Andy, because if I want to be that person, it's just a sum of all these little decisions we make day in, day out. And over the years, I've realized that if we want to have anything in life, first we have to start being that person and then doing what they do, and then we can have what they have. Because the difference between the being and the having is just time. If you enjoyed this, let me know what hit in the comments below. I'll see you on the next one. Yee-hoo!